Very good evening, friends. So, today's topic, which we have, is does peer pressure cause any kind of mental problems in our teenage years? When I was in my school or when I was growing up, there was peer pressure for sure, but not that much. It was there as a healthy competition, but not as a judgmental way, or not as if you don't achieve anything then you will become a loser, not like that. I believe that a healthy competition is definitely beneficial, because if there is no competition, you won't grow. If there are good competition, then that will help you to grow. So the way, if I want to explain is, let's say there is an innovation challenge which is happening. Now in that innovation challenge, there are five participants. One will be the winner. So everyone started preparing their own innovation. So after 1 month, they have shown their technology. So this is what I have built. If you have seen that in that area, the innovations are happening, but probably it could be better. Compared to that, if you can see that the next year, rather than having five competitions, there are 50 competitions. Automatically, you will be seeing that the kind of innovations which we are getting, that's way more, and the kind of results which you are achieving, that's also better. So this is actually not my story. This is has been taken from an American institutions who has done this innovation challenge, and the results have been phenomenal. Similarly, if you could see that 20 years, 30 years back, the competition, especially in a student's life or even in the job life, was not that high. The population was lower, the technology was not that high, the infrastructure was not that upgraded. However, these days, if you could see, because of the lot of people, I mean, the population has increased to a rapid level. Not only that, the technology has been grown phenomenally, and because of all these, there are a huge amount of pressure. Not only that, if you could see that previously the pattern of education or the pattern of knowledge gaining procedure was very different, but these days, if you could see, the way we understand something, the way we learn something, the way we gather our knowledge are very, very different. So obviously the peer pressure has been increased as well, because if you are not participating, if you are not engaging yourself, you will not be performing that great. However, I believe that especially in the teenager, uh, when you are young, when you are growing up, pressure, a little bit of pressure is important to get yourself grown to another level. However, if you consider yourself, to become a pressure cooker, I would say, then that would become a problem. That might lead to a lot of mental problems, that might lead to create unnecessary problems in a child's mentality, and that will stop him to grow in his personal as well as professional career. If you are a parent, I would request that you, as a parent, or especially if you're a teacher, from the teacher, it should be understand that every person has a capability to bear the pressure. Some people can take a huge amount of pressure, some people just cannot take it. Even a little more pressure, they won't be able to handle it. So as a parent, as a teacher, they all need to understand that how much of a pressure their child, the student, can bear, can tolerate, and accordingly they can slowly grow up. Creating unnecessary pressure, creating unnecessary competition don't even help the child, and in the opposite way, it might get them down. So let's say some days in the office you might feel that, yeah, there is no work. it might happen many days, right? So you feel like, okay, you can relax a bit. That might happen once in a while. But if it's continuously happening, then what will happen is that you will become lazy. You won't even feel like doing any work. Again, some days you will be feeling that there are good amount of work, so you feel like working. But some days you will feel like there is too much of work. So that means you are unable to prioritize your work, you are unable to actually finish up your work, and then eventually you feel like, let it be, just don't want to work anymore. So similarly, the little bit of competition, healthy competition is good, but too much of work, too much of pressure might keep the child in danger. So yes, I have seen many people have complained in many forums. I have noticed that their child are unable to take that kind of pressure, and they are creating a lot of mental problems. They are unable to grow, they are unable to focus, there are a lot of problems are happening. So to overcome that, there are solutions are there. I would say the first thing is that as a parent, they need to understand their child first. They need to speak to their teacher that where they can improve. Then the more important thing is that to talk to your child. So once you understand your child, you will know that there are some point or the some particular subjects where they can do really really well. So rather than that could be their strong points. So rather than putting unnecessary pressure, rather than giving them unnecessary complications, it will be better if we understand the child, if we understand the student, and then slowly they can grow rather than creating a mental problems. Thank you.